crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, HODLer.com with your morning horn disease, your sip of chaga coffee. All right, cryptos have begun the blow-off run, the blow-off top. This bubble will only be popped by your lovely elected officials. And they will pop it. And then it'll go back down. I think this will be a very big crash because I think everything else will pop as well. We are in bubble mania for everything. Bitcoin will be probably the last bubble before the pop. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen in 6 months. A lot of people say in December, so it makes me think that it'll go past December. But I think it's the big one, the one we've all been waiting for, the collapse of the unbacked fiat monetary system. So the pop, I think, will be so massive, like 90 to 95% in all the cryptos, but it will be short because we need something at the other end of that pop. It probably won't be valued in US dollars. This is why you have to keep cryptos in your own possession. You have to keep silver in your own possession, gold in your own possession, because all bets are off the table. There will be no deciders. It's going to get really scary. But having cryptos, having silver, having gold in your own possession, ready for the future is where you need to be. Because the futures are in cryptos. And the futures are in free markets, which will allow silver to be traded freely for the first time in 170 years. Yes, I do expect the gold-silver ratio to go at least 1-to-1. Why? Because there's a hell of a lot more gold there than there is silver. And silver is necessary. Gold is not necessary, especially with cryptos. So, yeah, at least 1-to-1. And gold won't stay at $2,000. It'll be up 10, 20, 30,000. Ultimately, if silver was freely priced, we'd be seeing $50,000, $100,000 silver. And if the US dollar was freely traded, which it is not either. So it's kind of hard. Careful what you judge all your investments by. The US dollar is a fraud. They're talking about a digital dollar. We already have a digital dollar. All a digital central bank currency, central bank digital currency, blockchain-based currency, it won't be open source. It won't be limited in quantity. It won't be all those things that make a blockchain. All it will be is hyperinflationary money added to the existing money. Pathetic. But they will try. I'm going to show you a few things here. Still, my number one crypto by far is Theta and Theta Fuel. If you're staking Theta right now, hang on to it until February 1st. And then 18 months after, you will be getting T-Drop tokens, which I think will be pretty damn valuable. Just like T-Fuel, it has a use case. For T-Drop, it's going to be the NFT world, which you should know by now, even though your lovely elected officials are trying to slow that down. They're not. NFTs are part of the future. And so's this weird thing called the metaverse. Theta Medium Channel just posted this. Theta Network, an essential infrastructure for metaverse development. This is absolutely true. We all know Facebook is changing its name to Meta. Yes, Facebook will absolutely be part of the metaverse, and Theta will be kind of like the railroad tracks back when the East and the West coasts of the United States were connected by railroad. That's what Theta is. It's going to connect everybody in the metaverse. And why do I say Theta as opposed to something else? Mainly because of all the patents they've gotten. Let's see what Theta had to say about this. Theta Network, an essential infrastructure for metaverse development. Metaverses, virtual worlds where large numbers of users can interact with each other, weren't created last month when Facebook renamed itself Meta. The concept originally comes from Neil Stephenson's cyberpunk classic Snow Crash broke new ground in the early 2000s in the game's Second Life and has been a significant focus of the blockchain space for several years now. From Decentraland to the Sandbox, blockchain has allowed metaverses to become more decentralized with transactions, video and data transfer and delivery outside of centralized rails. As metaverses and metaverse-based virtual live events and gaming continue to grow, Theta is positioned as a key infrastructure to power them across the technology stack. Their high concurrent user counts are a perfect fit for P2P video, that's peer-to-peer video, and data delivery, and showcase the need for Theta protocol. Since metaverses are where much of the future of media and entertainment, including gaming, will happen, they are a key frontier for expansion of the Theta ecosystem as well. Many technologies the Theta team have developed over the years are key components in the coming metaverses built today. Number one, rendering virtual reality worlds in real time for VR-based metaverses. Number two, Theta Video API is the building block for developers to integrate video into metaverses. Number three, decentralized video distribution to relay in metaverse video between users. And number four, video-based NFTs that can capture meaningful moments in the metaverse. By combining these elements into one suite of decentralized services, Theta Network will become an essential building block for metaverse development. Absolutely. Dick Allgeier saw this almost exact entity when he was doing the remote viewing for Theta. Theta will be number one or number two in all the cryptocurrencies. Right now it's number like 29 or 30. And Theta will survive the crash because Theta is absolutely necessary for the expansion of broadband. You need to pick the right cryptos. DeFi, decentralized finance, it probably will not last past the gauntlet of your elected officials. Your bought and paid for elected officials. They are coming after the crypto people. House passed bipartisan infrastructure bill. Here's how crypto investors will be impacted. They are going to track everything. They are going to give you 1099s. 1099s. One provision will require each broker, which will mainly be exchanges, to report their cryptocurrency gains in a type of 1099 form. Brokers will also have to disclose the name and addresses of their customers. 1099s from Coinbase, from Gemini, from Kraken, from anybody. And the banks will be following up on that too. The government is here. There's no running from it, unfortunately, in the cryptocurrency world. The problem, of course, with 1099s, if you just go to an exchange to sell one Bitcoin, they're going to say you have a zero cost basis and you're selling one Bitcoin for $68,000. Your 1099 will say you have a gain of $68,000. That's when you got to get your accountant on what is your real cost basis, and it's a little squirrely. But they are coming for you. The other number two, besides that, is privacy and surveillance. The government, these beyond criminal entities, people, some of them are people. Depending on who you are, they'll come after you. If the Democrats are in charge, they're going to come after Republicans. If the Republicans are in charge, they're going to come after the Democrats. It's us against them now with the government, so hang on to your hats. This is part of the battle. We have to get through to the other side where there is no government, and that's coming fast. Here's there was a hearing in Washington. Big fight brewing over cryptocurrencies. Here are some key players to watch. This is from NPR, which I'm not a fan of, by the way. Cryptocurrency is at a crossroads. Its popularity explodes. The Biden administration is laying groundwork to set rules for an industry that has surged in popularity, but so far has fallen into the regulatory netherworld. That's sparking what's likely to be a heated debate about which agencies have authority to regulate cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. Is it a security, the SEC? Is it a commodity, the CFTC? Is it a currency? Who regulates currency? I think it's the CFTC. And then the IRS. All of them want their hooks. And why? because there's money to be made. I had a dream last night. And when I have a dream like this, I listen. It was going over the different scenarios that the planned, executed rise and fall this time, that pump and dump that Elizabeth Warren loves to talk about. We can't have cryptocurrencies because it's a pump and dump. It's our government that's doing the dumping. The pump part is the government is working with the banks and the central banks and the Exchange Stabilization Fund to pump and dump. That's why you'll see one crypto rise and then you run over there and then you run over here. Every time you are creating a taxable transaction when you buy and sell. Is this a tax move to get billions, tens of billions, hundreds of billions of dollars by the government to rise the cryptos really high and then slam them down, making everybody sell just to lock in those gains? Or they get to tax the value of your portfolio at the end of the year. New tax laws, that's what they're talking about. Tax the rich. So they look at the value of your portfolio at the end of the year, and there's a 1%, 2% tax they add on to that, even if your cryptos crash 90% the next day on January 1st. And they can cause the crash, which we have seen. The old Chris Giancarlo, the guy responsible for orchestrating the crash of 2017-18, along with Donald Trump, Steve Mnuchin, Michael Cohen, Janet Yellen. Was it Yellen at the time? Or Jerome Powell? They caused the crash. Chris Giancarlo told the world in December of 2019 that it was he and these people who devised a way. He said, well, we just couldn't let them keep going up. Who are these assholes? Now Chris Giancarlo wants to be old crypto dad because he's written a book about it.
And joining us now to discuss is Chris Giancarlo, now Senior Counsel at Wilkie Farr and Gallagher. Hello there, Chris. Great to see you as always. So perhaps you could comment on this all-time high. What is driving this surge in Bitcoin? Is it sustainable?
Christine, great to be with you and Lawrence and Emily. It's great to see you. And Emily, it was great to see you the other night at our book launch party. It's great to be with you this morning, especially today of all days. Yesterday, not only the all-time high for Bitcoin, but I think what I found very interesting was the volume of trading in the new ProShares ETF.
Oh, shock. Shock of all shocks. Oh, Bitcoin hits all-time high, but that's not very important. What's important is the ETFs, the Bitcoin derivatives that are much more apt to be controlled and control the system. Chris Giancarlo is a fraud. Chris Giancarlo is a crypto dad. I want to know what crypto dad told his daughter who's invested in Bitcoin right before him, Mnuchin, and friends crashed the 2008 rise in Bitcoin, or 2018, 17, 18 rise. He told the world that they did it. They did it. He couldn't let the price keep going up. I want to know, did he tell his daughter to sell before that? And then did he tell her, okay, the dive has ended, a year later, you can get in and buy again? That's the kind of fraud we're talking about. Chris Giancarlo is nobody's crypto dad. More like the crypto devil. Anyway, that's what's going on. I think there's massive amounts of preparation that you need to do. Balance out your portfolio. Get the proper amount. I go half and half. Half cryptos, half silver. Now, I know cryptos have gone up. Some have gone up 1,000%. Great time to balance your portfolio because silver hasn't been allowed to move. I'm going to do a different video on silver in a little bit. But now is a great time. Balance out that portfolio. Sell some cryptos and buy physical silver in your own possession. Because that silver is going to fare a lot better than anything else in the crash. You know those great gains you get in cryptos? Try to consolidate all the cryptocurrencies you know and all the huge gains they've had consolidate that all into the gain for silver. 170 years of price suppression. You're going to see silver go absolutely bonkers very soon. Anyway, you guys, if you havenent joined the Road to Ruta sweepstakes, we're giving away $5,000 worth of Theta and Theta Fuel. Go to roadtoruta.com, hit the sweepstakes button up there at the top, and it'll tell you all about how to get your name in there and get extra entries for certain things that you do or you have already done. If you're a Road to Ruta private road member, you get, I think it's 5 just for being a private road member. If you renew, you get an extra 20. Go check it out. Also, roadtoruta.com. Don't forget to, on YouTube, they keep stealing my subscribers. I'm trying to get to 100,000 before they kick me off. Like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. We got to get 100,000 before I get kicked off. And go get free emails at roadtoruta.com, the free public road updates. This is Bix Weir. I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, you start with Bitcoin and you know nothing. You make your first wallet and you think you got something. Secure your private keys and you don't. All your coins will be gone. Now you're a coiner and it's time to learn all. From banking tech to social net, cryptos are hard. But you gotta get your feet wet. Gotta get your mind set for change. And it's the way of the crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way. The way of the crypto warriors, after all the crazy politics fade away, you got something to say. Live a crypto warrior way. There's Kenny Bozak, he'll show up in your town. The fiat in his pocket, always dressed like a clown. But he pulls out his phone, always pays for what he owes in crypto. Big old John Kim erases all Charlie's doom. Satoshi light his feeling right with John in chat rooms. And he takes care of Litecoin. We know it's the right one for change. It's the way of the crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way. The way of the crypto warriors, after all the crazy politics fade away, you got something to say. Live a crypto warrior way. Well, let me tell you about my friend. His name is Bitcoin Ben. A truck driving man, everybody loves him. And he's spreading the word, he shares what he heard, secret plan. And there's Snippy by Joe, can't miss the J-Snip show. From psychic best to treasure chest, which goes on the know. He teaches us tech, cause he's seen a few wrecks, so go slow. It's the way of the crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way. The way of the crypto warriors, after all the crazy politics fade away, you got something to say. Live a crypto warrior way. Cause everybody wants to be a hero. Everybody has dreams of a better day. But if everybody knew we could change everything that we do, then everybody'd live a crypto warrior way. And everybody'd live a crypto warrior way. And you can live a crypto warrior way.
Yeah! That was great.